We are live, good people, and we're talking about Week 6 already. We still got the Monday night game to go, but your boy Smitty is here for 20 straight minutes of complete rapid-fire questions, Q&As. Keep them short. I'm not answering any novels tonight. If you came in here to write a 5-paragraph essay, I'm probably not going to answer it. So if you want to throw some questions at me, I will rapid-fire for 19 minutes and 28 straight seconds like you've never seen before in your life. If you're new, you're going to subscribe based on this video alone because no one does it like we do it here. And I want you to fire off short questions. Let's go. D-Hop and Melvin Gordon for Breece Hall and Sutton. I'm going to say give me Breece Hall and Sutton all day long. Should you trade Swift and Madison for JT? I would take Swift, JT in a heartbeat. What's up, Blackbeard? What's going on? CD and JT for Diggs and Jacobs. Give me CD and JT all day long. What's going on, Swaggy? Is it time to trade? Is this trade Smitty approved? AJ Brown, B-Rob, Gallup for JT. Yes, get JT all day long. Smitty, I have Chubb, Breece Hall, and Dameon Pierce. Nice job. I might skip over some of you to get to the bottom, so just repeat your question, but don't just cut and paste over and over and over and over again. You know, we start seeing your question 8 times after I've already answered it. It gets a little annoying. Mike Williams for Michael Pittman. Give me Michael Pittman all day long. Drop a like, thank you, or don't appreciate you. Hall or AJ Brown? Give me Breece Hall. Adams for Jamar Chase and Breece Hall. Give me Jamar Chase and Breece Hall, bro. What kind of question is that? Go do it. Do that now. Trade for Sutton. Depends on for what. Adams for Chase and Breece Hall. Give me Chase and Breece Hall. Again, don't paste it over and over and over and over, guys. Make sure you give me time to answer it. Give other people time to ask a question. Otherwise, you'll be muted. You'll be in timeout if you repeat it too many times in a row. Are we starting Kittle or Everett next week? Probably Everett, I suppose, bro. Probably Everett. Pick Alec Pierce or start Dobbs next week. Probably, I'd say Pierce is a little bit safer for right now. TK, your question's getting skipped because you did exactly what I just said not to do. So I'll come back to you. DK and Penny for JT. Take JT in a heartbeat. Thoughts on Mostert and Stevenson? I'm going to go Stevenson. Don't worry about it, TK. You're okay. You're okay. I'll answer your question. You didn't hear it in time, so it's okay. What should you do with Sutton? What should you do with Sutton? I'd probably look to trade him in some kind of package deal, 1-for-1. No one's going to want him, but he might look more appealing if you wrap him up in a gift basket with another player to go for one player. Example, go get, I don't know, maybe trade for A.J. Dillon because everybody seems to want to run for the hills on A.J. Dillon. Gabe Davis was one of my favorite buy lows walking into last week, as was, Breece Hall, Pierce, all those guys. So good luck getting Gabe Davis, but maybe you get a T. Higgins right now using Sutton and something else. You know what I'm saying? Like a James Robinson before his value completely falls apart. Zastro says Waller or Penny rest of season. Penny's out, bro. Penny's done for the year. Penny's gone. Thoughts on AJ Dillon? I'm buying low. I don't care about 1 week, guys. He's been getting 15 and 17 carries a game. It was London. It was travel. We don't know what it was, but are you in panic mode? Probably. There are a lot of players in the panic chamber, but I'm buying Dillon inside the panic chamber while everybody's wanting to cut him because he's going to be a discount galore. Trade Amon-Ra for Debo. Probably take Debo, bro. But I love Amon-Ra. Don't give up on Amon-Ra. He was injured. He came back. He was a little hampered. We thought maybe this could be one of those situations where he comes back and he's definitely not where he needs to be. Trade Chase for Penny and J-Rob. No, bro, Penny's out for the year. He's out for the year. What are we doing here? J-Rob's completely falling off the face of the earth. Jamar Chase, Zastro, at the risk of, let me see if I can raise this timer up above here so I can hit this take a lap button. Zastro, you're my boy, but no, the answer to that is no, broski. Okay? Where are we at on the timer? 15 seconds, 15 minutes. Okay. 15 minutes of straight rapid fire. Go. Drop one, B-Rob. Come off the IR. You got to drop Wilson. Probably drop A-Rob. Cortland Sutton and Cam Akers for Breece Hall. What do you think, Cody? Go get Breece Hall. Put him on your team, bro. If you can get him for that. I doubt you're going to get him for that. Some of these are very, very cute ideas, guys. But, Breece Hall's going to cost a little more in the big boy world after this week. Now you don't live in La La Land anymore. Breece Hall is going to cost quite a penny, but if somebody thinks they're going to swoop in and get him, good luck. Sell Gabe Davis high? No, bro. I like Gabe Davis. I've liked Gabe Davis all year. And everybody's giving up on Gabe Davis, just like they're giving up on A.J. Dillon, just like they're giving up on Jamar Chase. Everybody loves Gabe Davis now. Everybody loves Gabe Davis. Okay, now everybody loves him. When everybody was doubting him for weeks and weeks and weeks, your boy Smitty said, keep the faith in Gabe Davis. I'm telling you to keep the faith in Jamar Chase and A.J. Dillon to a degree. And it's too early to be writing people off. Look what happened to Gabe. Trade Swift for Breece Hall. I'd rather have Breece Hall right now. He looks absolute fire. He looks top 5 capable. Go forward. AJB or Jamar Chase rest of season. Probably Jamar. I know a lot of you won't agree with that, and that's fine. That's fine. No, I'm not talking anybody into getting Jamar Chase. I need enough people out there throwing the doubt around to keep his value low. Because I'm coming in, I'm swooping in, and I'm buying him at baked in risk. That risk is all baked in, baby. Every single bit of the value you're walking in to get Jamar Chase is completely baked in. Pollard season, bro, let's hope he gets more and more work, right? He looked fantastic. Trade Swift for Breece Hall. I would take Breece Hall at the moment because you don't know what you're dealing with Swift right now, but I love Swift. I try and keep Swift, go get Breece Hall anyway, but if you got to do it, you got to do it. Drop Najee for Walker. You're not dropping Najee, bro. You can't drop Najee Harris. Come on, broski. That's not even a question. Are you mad at him? Yes. Are you trying to trade him? Sure. Are you going to cut Najee Harris entering week number 6, bro? No. Diggs or Hunt and Chase. Give me Diggs for now. Over that, yeah. That's fine. Buying Jamar Chase low is one thing. Taking Diggs over him is another. If you know what I'm saying. 12 targets for Chase tonight. That's what I'm saying. People don't look at the big picture, bro. People don't look at the big picture. I know everybody's mad at Jamar Chase, but you know what? That's fine. I love that. I love that people are giving up on him. People trying to trade him. What was that question earlier? And I think it was from my boy. I don't want you to think I'm mad at you, but Penny? It was like Penny and somebody for Jamar. Come on. J-Rob and Penny it was earlier? That's a take a lap question right there. That's tough love. I'm going to give you tough love. I'm going to shoot you straight. Trade Jamar for JT. Now, that's what I'm talking about, Zach. That's what I'm talking about. You go in and buy JT, I'm fine with that. JT for Keenan Allen and Breece Hall. I'd probably rather have... it depends on the league. It depends on everything that's going on. There's a lot that needs to be considered here. Okay, so Breece Hall, I love a lot. I still go get JT in a lot of situations, even if it is trading. But the thing is, you might have more value in Breece Hall than JT, so what are you going to get in addition with JT? Breece Hall probably commands more than just JT. So if you're trading Breece Hall for JT, what are you getting? Command something. You deserve it. Fair market value says that you should get more. Pierce for Andrews, I probably take Andrews, Zastro, and I love Pierce. You know how much I love Pierce, but I probably take Mark Andrews in that situation. Can I drop Schultz for Walker? Probably, if you need to make that move. I'm not saying Schultz is your best drop, but if you're asking me the question in a vacuum, I would pick up Walker. Why is Walker available? Is my question to you. How did you allow Walker to sit on your waiver wire when your boy Smitty told you over and over and over, be patient through weeks 4, 5, 6, 7? What are we doing with the knee-jerk reaction? What are we doing? What are we doing dropping this guy, Kenneth Walker? More importantly, what are we doing where people allowed him to sit on waivers with week 5 kicking off? That's what I've got to say. Jamal Williams, Devernay for DeAndre Swift. Of course you take DeAndre Swift in that scenario. Of course you do. But if I'm you, I'm trying not to swap Jamal for Swift. Try and keep them together. That's always the weirdest trade to me. Why people are inclined and gravitate toward a deal that sends the backup to the other individual for the starter. Like, keep them together if you can keep them together. Michael, this is correct. Pacheco could be one of those guys that's next man to rise up. Rashad White, Pacheco. There are a bunch of players that have the potential. Tony Pollard, Pacheco, and Rashad White could be coming to a theater near you very, very soon. What's up, media? Pearson Hall for Justin Jefferson. Oh, God, that's a great one. Depends on the situation. I could see a world where I accept either side of this deal. depending on your running back depth, depending on, at the end of the day, the Pearson Hall side is more value, but it does depend on what size league. Do you have depth to make this trade? In a vacuum, it is Pearson Hall. They have just more value. Start Kenny Walker next week or Rachaad White. You're starting Kenny Walker for sure. Trade Algier or Walker before the week before this week moon season. Oh, you traded for him. Okay, good job, Zach. Congratulations, my broski. Trade Walker for Dylan. No, Dylan's a buy low. This would be buying Dylan high. Dylan is virtually free. There are people in here asking if they should drop Dylan. So you're going to trade Walker, who's on the rise, at the wrong time? No, you're not, Michael. You're not. You're going to hold on to Walker. You're going to either trade him for something massive, Michael, because that's what you did. You did that, Michael. You put Walker on your team. You're responsible for that amazing move. Don't go giving him away right before don't have that. I'm afraid that the player breaks up with me before I break up with them, and you try and get rid of him before it even starts, bro. Don't sabotage the relationship before you and Walker have had a chance, Michael. Okay? You're getting this might be, look, we all come from divorced families these days. I bet you 80% of you come from a divorced family. We have attachment issues, and Michael, you're scared right now that Walker's going to break up with you first. Trust in him. Trust in him, bro. Go get Dylan cheap. Go get him anyway. But don't get rid of Kenny Walker. He's ready to explode. Kenny Walker for Garrett Wilson. What is this? What are we doing? Are you guys watching a couple streams back? Like, what are these questions here? What do you mean? Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver that isn't worth even what remotely close to what Walker's worth? No, L Pops, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. That would be a horrible mistake. I'm kind of beside myself right now with the disrespect of some of the Kenny Walker questions I'm seeing in here. Mixon and Hill for Chubb. I would take Chubb. Olave and London. You get all three of those? Absolutely. Look, Olave might be out next week. This concussion protocol stuff is very, very crazy now. It's good they're protecting players, but they're kind of, I think, going to go overboard. Ron Navy and I talked about this on our Zoom call today that you can get if you want to go to the main, actually link in the description for the Zoom call package. We're talking about this and saying you go over a speed bump too hard on the team bus and all the players will be out for the next week. Any kind of sense of the word concussion or a bump on the head or a pat on the back and players are going to be out. You think they're not going to take extra precautions with Olave the way that he looked limp in almost completely in a daze after his concussion? And then on top of that, I'm sorry. So that's just me talking about Olave. Mixon doesn't look like he's in his full role right now or in a position to rebound. Tyreek Hill is looking at what? Who's his quarterback going to be go forward? So the only elite player in this deal is Nick Chubb. And none of this over here, I should say Hill's an elite player, but he's not in an elite situation anymore. I think Tyreek Hill could resort to low-end wide receiver numbers, wide receiver 1 numbers, and high-end wide receiver 2 numbers on occasion. He'll rotate between being a high-end wide receiver 2 and a low-end wide receiver 1. He can't survive if this offense is broken the way that it is. Tyreek Hill is going to not have the touchdown production that we're used to, so he's going to have to do everything with via yardage. And occasionally he'll have touchdowns, sure. Occasionally he'll run the ball. He'll have a 20, 40-yard run or he'll have a touchdown run. But this offense doesn't look near the same. They lost Bridgewater. He should probably be back, I would assume, or he'll be close to being back next week, I would imagine. But this offense doesn't look remotely the same, and who knows how long Tua is going to be out if he ever returns ever again. So Hill lost so much value. Waddle has lost so much value. Those guys went from top 5 to 7 wide receivers to just borderline top 10, maybe top 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 14, somewhere in that range. Maybe Waddle's not even in the 10 or 12 range. And it's hard to say that, but quarterback situation matters big time. This is a home run for the Nick Chubb side, even with the Olave news, which I'm sorry I let off talking negatively about this side of the trade when I'm on the Chubb side. But Olave, I don't expect him to play next week, and we'll see how how he does the following week. Pierce for Tyreek Hill. I'd rather have Pierce at this point, given how good Pierce looks and given Tyreek Hill's situation does not look great. Pierce is a hold for sure, unless you're getting an amazing deal. AJ Brown or Debo. I'm taking Debo probably, but I love both of them. I do still love AJ Brown a ton, but I feel like Debo, if Debo isn't getting the receiving yards, he's getting the rushing yards. If he's not getting the rushing yards, he's getting the receiving yards. He's kind of matchup proof. He's a little bit of an injury risk. I am concerned with how Shanahan runs him up the gut sometimes, and I'm afraid he's going to get hurt. Thoughts on B-Rob? I love B-Rob right now. He got way more volume than we all thought. He didn't have the production yet, but it'll come, and they definitely want to use him. He's definitely going to get out there. Trade Walker for Pierce. I'd probably take Pierce right now, but I love both of them. I would take Pierce. Pierce has a little bit of an edge. Is Pacheco worth starting tomorrow? He's a decent flex in a very large league, yes. And he's an amazing hold. AJ Brown over Debo, you could easily make that argument. Who's your top trade target right now? I would say JT. You'll find more, but JT, Jamar Chase, and a few others. Get ready for that video to drop in a day or so. My buy low, sell highs for week number 6. Wide receiver target, I'm probably going after Jamar Chase number 1. I'm still going after Higgins. I know a lot of you are ready to give up on the Bengals, but that's the best time to buy, is when everybody's jumping ship on a group of talent like Burrow, Chase, and Higgins that are underperforming. And we've seen this before where players underperform for 4 or 5 weeks into the season. 6 weeks. It's even happened into week 6 or 7. Not saying it's an ideal situation to start from. I'm just saying when you walk in to low value on Jamar Chase, low value on these guys. You're not buying Jamar Chase at the value the owner paid on draft day. If you're buying Jamar Chase, you're buying him so much lower than what his owner paid on draft day. It's an absolute steal. And so you can complain about it and say, not you specifically, but you could complain about it and say, oh, I don't trust the Bengals. Do you not trust the Bengals on your old valuation of Burrow, Chase, and Higgins? Or are you going to recalibrate your mind, reset your mind on the new level, the new expectation level, the new price tag, and say, you know what? Maybe I am all in at this newfound value on these 3 Bengal players. Gabe Davis for Higgins. Look, Gabe Davis is probably safer. We don't know how banged up Higgins is. He's always hurt. This was my concern about drafting him too high. He is an injury risk. And he's always banged up, whether it's one thing or another. He went out with several issues the week prior, and it was like, oh my God, is he out? He came back in. Is he out? He came back in. And Gabe Davis has been hampered with the ankle all year, but he's clearly back to full go. Gabe Davis is safer. It's weird how values change that quickly. Would I trade Gabe Davis for Higgins? Would I trade Higgins for Gabe Davis? That's very debatable, and I think we need to digest and let the dust settle. But I think overall, Higgins still probably commands more than Gabe Davis in a trade. So use that as a guide to try and get more if you're trading Higgins for Gabe Davis. But my guess is Gabe Davis owners will overvalue him, and you won't be able to get him. You know, and this question, you're pulling the trigger too quickly to get rid of Higgins. I like Pittman, but keep in mind, Fernandez, that Pittman's as big of a buy low as Higgins, so don't be doing this. Pittman was here, Higgins was here on draft day, and they both have fallen together. So don't buy Pittman higher when they're both falling in value. Okay, Walker over JT. I wouldn't go that far, broski, but I love Walker. It is Walker season. I can't wait for Walker to explode. Mahomes or Favre? We'll see, bro. Let's let Mahomes' career play out, but it's probably going to be Mahomey. Favre had a great career, but Mahomes is absolutely unbelievable and different than any quarterback we've ever seen in our lives. Is Dalvin Cook a sell high? Potentially. Everybody's a sell high and a buy low. Just depends on what we're dealing with, bro. What we're looking at. What's your roster look like? What can you get? What are you attacking? 28 seconds on this quick speed round show. I'm not going to hang out much longer. It is literally a 20-minute speed round. I'm going to pop up and do these once in a while. I'm doing the 20 minutes, and then I'm out of here. I'm jumping. I'm deucing. 20 minutes, and then I'm deucing out. I've got a couple super chats here I'm going to get to while they're here. 6 seconds left. These super chats were from Michael. Michael says, trade Allen for Mixon. I assume you mean Keenan Allen, and I would definitely take Mixon over Keenan Allen and take that risk. They're both risks. Thanks for the advice last night. Hurts, Kamara, Hall, Devontae, A.J. Brown, Taysom Hill, Dameon Pierce. Walker is on the waiver wire. Make sure you go get Walker, Ahmad. He shouldn't have been left on the waiver wire, but I get it. Every league's different. Sometimes people have a very, very small bench, but go get him right now. If Walker's out there in any of your leagues, you got to drop your 100% fab on him, okay? 100% fab. Appreciate you all watching this speed round Q&A. I am out of here. That's it. 20-minute speed round. We're going to do these frequently, so get ready for them. We're jumping in and out. 187 of you in here. Please punch the thumb up button on your way out the door. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm live whenever news breaks, by the way. Your boy Smitty goes live whenever news breaks, as stated right here. That means if tomorrow there's news on something big, injury related, trade, whatever, your boy Smitty goes live. Monday through Friday, I'm live. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, unless news breaks, because then I'll be live. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you.